What's up?
This was certainly no accident.
Is that the pathologist's report?
Yes, gas DO3X4. Odorless and invisible, but a couple of breaths can be lethal.
9 deaths. Why?
Well, my guess is that they saw too much, or perhaps the murderer only wanted one.
Which one?
That's for you to find out. Ian King. Have you located him yet?
Yvette?
Mm-hmm.
I think Mark Cain would now suggest...
Mark Cain? Who is this Mark Cain you keep talking about?
Who is Mark Cain?
I've never met him.
No, you wouldn't. He's a character in the books I write.
Oh, fiction. What a pity. He's such a fascinating man.
Some of my friends say that Mark Cain and I have a lot in common.
Really?
Most of the incidents in the novels are my own experiences.
Really?
I am not drunk, I was not speeding, and if you dare to suggest this car's defective, the manufacturers will personally sue you.
Mr. Jason King?
Oh, that's it. He's recognized me. Yes, of course.
I recognized your car number, sir. We've had an urgent radio message. You're to phone a Mr. Sullivan at this number.
Hello. Jason, where are you? Well, you better get back here as fast as you can. We've got a case on our hands. Okay.
Jason?
He's on his way over.
She'll be disappointed.
Who will?
No idea.
Thanks. Would you go over to the mortuary for me?
Yes, sure. What do you want?
Identifications, addresses of relatives, one of your usual thorough breakdowns.
Right.
Could give us a lead to the murderer.
Right. You check the other side.
Now, just a moment. None of them have been moved yet.
Must be some mistake. We've had instructions.
And I've had orders. You better see the superintendent. Which one you come for, anyway?
This way, Mrs. Steve.
Yeah, well, we've got another job to do. We better check with the office.
Yes, that'll be best.
Don't try it, lady. She'll be in there on a slab. Now get it! Right!
Well, it's obvious what happened. I'm glad you think so. Murder threw a pile of gas in at the last station. How did the train doors open when we got to Redbridge? And this is the last compartment. The doors are controlled from that panel back there.
Bought a mouse? Not very good, is it?
My name is Hoover, sir. They said you wanted to see me.
Ah, yes, you were the ticket collector on duty then.
Yes, sir.
Were there many passengers on this last car?
14, sir. I've got the tickets here.
Were they all regulars?
Most of them, sir.
Only 9 tickets here.
4 season tickets.
That makes 13.
And 1 company employee in uniform. He didn't need a ticket.
Well, he may be able to help. You know who he was?
No, and that's odd.
Why is it odd?
Well, we know all the people who work local. Of course, he could be new and just moved in, I suppose, but...
What?
Well, I don't think he was local, sir. He was first off, seemed in a great hurry. Called a taxi outside. I noticed it from my booth.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I took him.
Where?
Back to town.
The address?
Oh, there was no address. I just dropped him at a dance hall in the Mile End Road.
Did you notice where he went after that?
Yes, I did.
Where?
Yeah, wait a minute. This got anything to do with this tube murder?
Yes.
Get in, I might be able to help.
Would it have helped if I'd got myself shot?
Sure. The department prefers dead heroes to live failures. What action have you taken?
I passed the description and number of the van on to the police. They've issued an alert. Well, at least it settles one thing. Taylor was the man they were after.
What have we got on Taylor?
Oh, he was in working clothes. Seems to have come straight off a job.
That's a lot of help.
And he didn't have a ticket.
Huh? Cheating on the railway.
That's all. Oh, except no one seems to have seen him get on the train.
Everyone in the carriage saw him. He was shooting off his mouth. I had to stop him.
Oh, sure. You did a great job. A massacre. Every cop in London's asking why.
I had no choice.
I needed some cigarettes, so I drove round the corner to a little place when it stayed open late. As I came back, I saw him hailing a taxi.
You sure it was him?
Oh, it was him. At the time, I thought it's funny. He didn't want me to take him the whole way.
Control to Able Charlie. Receiving?
Able Charlie, receiving loud and clear.
Able Charlie, I've checked your inquiry. Tango Delta picked up a passenger answering the description and took him to number 4, Hope Street.
Number 4 Hope Street. Thanks, Alf. Did you get that?
Let's go.
You took a taxi back?
Right. I had to get out of there fast.
A taxi? All the way?
2. I changed.
You fool. Why do they trace it?
Hey, look.
I saw him hanging around the station.
That's for you.
Thanks, Governor. Do you want me to wait?
No, thanks.
What do we do? Just answer the door when he knocks.
Good evening.
Yes, what do you want?
I'm looking for a man, medium height, dark hair, sort of, about 33? Could be you.
Come in.
Thank you.
The Taylors lived well.
Very well.
What was his job? Did she tell you?
No.
This Mrs. Taylor?
Yes.
I better get it circulated. Someone may have seen her.
Are you all right?
I don't think we've been introduced.
Taylor, Mrs. Taylor.
My name is Jason King. How do you do? Where are we?
I was blindfolded when they brought me here.
Is that,
It's locked.
Why are you here?
I was kidnapped outside the mortuary.
Outside the mortuary?
My husband was one of the passengers killed in the underground train.
Oh, I begin to understand. Tell me about your husband. Well, it is important. I am investigating these deaths.
What do you want to know?
Why was he killed?
I've no idea.
You must know something. Or whoever's responsible for this must think you do. What sort of work did he do?
An engineer.
Who did he work for?
He used to work for the telephone company. He left about 3 months ago.
And in the last 3 months?
He went into business with a friend, a man named Bray.
What did he do?
Contract worker.
I don't know exactly what.
All right.
Did he make any money?
He was making a bomb.
Oh?
Paid in cash. Can't trace the sources.
Telegram. Must have arrived yesterday. No signature.
Report P.O. What's P.O.?
Only thing I can think of is post office.
Report P.O. 2200.
Did he keep the appointment?
Yes. He'd been doing a lot of night work lately.
Who sent the telegram?
I'm not much help, am I?
Is that a train?
It's been going on all the time.
Have you traced the woman?
No.
And the murderer?
No.
Motive?
Well, we've established there was no connection between the passengers.
Then I was right. They were only interested in one of them.
Taylor, from the look of it.
And now they've got his wife, probably to stop her talking. We have to find her, Sullivan. They've killed 9 people, and they wouldn't stop to kill again. You must join me more often.
Thanks. I get plenty of exercise on the job.
What about the gas?
Only one firm produces it, Kimricon.
Kimricon? I know Draper, the chairman.
Draper? Thought he was a bullion dealer.
Yes, he is, and chairman of about 50 other companies, including Kimricon. He's a strange man.
Strange?
Or maybe ruthless is a better word.
I'm told that you need that. That you need that to succeed in business.
Yes, and Draper is notably successful. Anyway, mention my name to him. He'll get things moving.
What's the free market price this morning? $45 an ounce? Buy between 45 and 47. Let me know if the price goes any higher. Yeah?
Mr. Draper, there's a Mr. Rogers to see you.
Send him in.
Oh, we were too late. She'd already identified her husband. It's the only way we could stop her talking.
And how much does she know?
Can't be sure. We've got another problem, too. Bray didn't cover his tracks. They've traced the taxi. Driver must have remembered the address.
And?
Detective turned up. Luckily, I was there.
You killed him?
Not yet. We got him with a woman. They can't let them go, though.
No. And I know exactly the way to take care of them.
And he hasn't been home all night. Right, thank you. No message.
He'll turn up.
Yes. I wonder what she's like.
Yes! We're going to go!
You drove the 2 train?
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing unusual about the journey?
I've told the police half a dozen times, no.
Well, did you talk to your guard through the blower at all?
There was no need. The doors opened and shut normally at every station.
I see. Right, thank you very much.
Did you stop at all, other than at the stations?
Well, a few times for singles, but that's normal.
Where?
Well, I can't remember exactly. Here. And here. Oh, and just outside St. Paul's, here. There were 1 or 2 other places, but I couldn't be sure where.
Okay, thanks. Phone call, anything?
Yes, it was the taxi company. They took Jason to the same house that they took the man in uniform on the night of the murders.
What's the address?
4 Hope Street. Well, shall I come with you?
No, you better look after the shop.
Well, I hope you take care. I don't want to be left alone on this one. She was drunk. There was an accident. She walked under a car.
We're hooked up. We've done it.
Well, what was it? Anything important?
Let Draper judge.
Now.
They found Jason. What was that? Yes, I got it. Right, I'll be right over. He's at St. Luke's Hospital.
Hi, what's happened?
Well, at first they thought he was drunk, but he's ill, drugged. You better come too. Oh, and one other thing. Mrs. Taylor wasn't drunk either. What have you taken? Drugs? Can you understand me?
Of course I can understand you. What did you say?
I'm a doctor. I'm trying to help you. Now, what have you taken?
What have you taken? Take? Are you accusing me of stealing?
All right, go to bed. I'll send someone to assist you.
Jason, what's happened?
Sullivan, how is he? You know what caused it? We can't tell you yet. We're waiting for a lab report. They're working on it now. Is it okay to talk to him? Well, you can try. Jason, you know us, huh?
Of course I know you. You're, don't tell me. Give me a minute. Stuart. You're, Stuart. I knew I'd get it.
Where have you been?
Where have you been? What did you ask me?
Jason, we were investigating the tube train murders, remember?
Of course I remember.
A taxi took you to a house in Hope Street the night before last. Do you remember that?
Taxi?
A motor car.
Motor car.
It's no use. We're not getting through. You better get into bed, Jason.
I don't need your help. Who are you? Who are you?
So that's it. Nerve gas.
Loss of memory, truculence, hallucination, disorganization. It fits.
So does this. The gas used on Jason was made under license by Kimrican.
Soretzi's friend, Draper.
Yes. Are there still no details on where they supply the DO3X4?
Oh, it's classified information. I haven't yet got clearance.
And it's time I had to talk to Draper. Sir Curtis Soretzi suggested I see you, Mr. Draper.
Glad you did, Sullivan. Understand, though, that although I'm chairman of Kimrican, I've nothing to do with its day-to-day workings.
Well, the passengers on that tube train died from inhaling DO3X4. It came from your company.
Originally, yes, but we don't make the stuff for ourselves.
Well, what we want to know is how it got into the hands of the murderer. Your company's not being very helpful.
Matter of security.
Ah. It's a pity your security didn't prevent the wrong people from getting it.
Now, just a minute, Sullivan. We supply governments in many parts of the world.
They also got hold of the nerve gas you manufacture.
You wouldn't say that unless you were absolutely sure.
You're right. I am. A leak in the works?
All right. I'll arrange an investigation.
Fine. And I'll arrange for Scotland Yard to send one of their top men to conduct it.
Excellent.
Give this to Draper. No one else.
That's him! The man who grabbed Mrs. Taylor!
Come on, let's get out of here.
The train!
You all right?
Yeah.
I managed to get this.
The tape. They must have been delivering it to him. All set?
Mm-hmm. It's just the leader I spliced on. Now we're coming to their bit.
President's office. Is the president available, please? Hold on, I'll get him immediately. Hello, Prime Minister.
Good morning, Mr. President. I wanted to get your views on...
Is that what I think it is?
There's not much done about it. They've tapped the hotline.
How much tape did they get?
Well, only a few feet.
What was on it?
Well, nothing much.
Were names mentioned?
Well, yes, I suppose.
Then they'll know.
Well, maybe they won't realise.
They're not fools, they'll check. Unless the president makes an announcement in the next 2 days, well, our work will be wasted.
I saw the Prime Minister. The tape is the start of a hotline conversation he had with the President.
May I ask what the subject of their talk was?
Yes, the Far East.
Far East? Why is Draper interested in the Far East? It doesn't make sense.
Unless that was not the conversation you wanted. How is King progressing?
Well, the authorities have been in touch with Portland. They developed the gas. They're sending an antidote.
When does the hospital get it?
Well, I hope they already have. The trouble is, we don't know how long it'll be before it starts to take effect.
And what do you intend to do with Draper?
Oh, nothing. But we are holding his secretary in protective custody.
Yes, I know. They're sending someone from Scotland Yard to conduct the inquiry. Of course, let him. You'll find nothing. Come in.
Mr. Draper?
Yes?
My name's Hurst. The Executive Secretarial Agency sent me.
Ah, do sit down, Miss Hurst. Are you able to start right away?
Yes, whenever you want.
Oh, that's splendid. My secretary's been taken ill. There's an awful lot to do, so let's get on with it, shall we? Yes? Ah, Charles, good morning. What's the state of play? Fine. Sell my United Oil and buy Cape Gold. Of course, I'll confirm it, but do it this morning. Goodbye. Now, Miss, what was that name again?
Hurst.
Ah, yes. Letter to my stockbroker, Mr. Charles Waters.
I've got no experience of this. Watch it. Let me know.
I suppose I've taken about 20 letters this morning.
Anything suspicious?
On the contrary. One Mr. Kimmickran, confirming his instructions to cooperate fully in discovering how the killer got the gas. And mostly he's concerned about the gold crisis.
Well, what telephone calls has he had?
A lot. But while I've been in with him, it's all money, money, money.
Nothing political?
Not a whisper. He's out this afternoon. I'll take a look around.
What am I doing here?
Just relax, Mr. King. It won't do you any good to get excited.
I must get out of here.
Not yet.
It's important that I stop Hitler now.
We'll tell Mr. Sullivan you're recovering.
Sullivan? Who's Sullivan? Sullivan, where is he?
I'll call him.
Call him now. Call him now.
Yes?
Miss Hurst, would you come in a moment, please?
Yes, Mr. Draper.
Ah, finished the letters?
Just concluding the last one.
Good, good. Look, how are you placed this evening? Can you stay late? I have a lot more to do.
Yes, that would be perfectly all right.
Good. And then, if I may, I'll take you out to dinner.
Think, Jason. Think.
What do you want to know?
I've asked you a dozen times. Where did they take you?
Tell me again. What did I do?
You went by taxi to a house. And then what happened?
There were some men in the house. I went in, and...
Don't you remember anything about it? Well, it's a bit early, Sullivan. Perhaps tomorrow. I'll be back. I've got to pick up Annabelle. And Jason, try and remember where they took you.
Annabelle.
Where are we going?
Surprise, my dear. Tell me about yourself.
There's nothing much to tell.
Are you married?
No.
Good. No jealous husband to follow you around?
No.
Let's throw him off.
Who?
Your friend who was following us? Be very still and very quiet. Too many people have died. One more won't make any difference.
Where are you taking?
Let's keep going. Save your breath. Swing your head off down here, nobody will hear you.
Do you think I'm going down there? I tell you that...
He's sleeping. He's had a sedative. Then wake him up. Well, there's no guarantee he'll be compass mentis if I do. Well, I'm sorry, Doctor. This is very important. Jason! Jason, wake up! Well, can't you give him a shot or something? I'm sorry. I have to think of the patient. Come on, Jason. Snap out. Really, Sullivan. Jason, I've got to talk to you. Annabelle's in danger.
Oh, Stuart. Oh, man. Get me a drink.
In you go.
Hey, I've seen her before. Yeah, the mortuary with Taylor's widow.
She's going back there before long. So you see, there's no point in your denying anything.
Haven't you killed enough people already?
Most regrettable. None of it need have happened if my associates had been more careful in their choice of assistants.
I didn't know Taylor would turn against us.
But have watched him, not let him lose his head and endanger everything.
Yeah, well, we just heard on the radio the president's going to make an announcement tomorrow.
Yes, I know. Oh, lock her up. We'll dispose of her later.
Ready. Next thing I remember...
Really, this is most irregular.
...was being in a cellar with Mrs. Taylor.
Where, Jason? Where?
I don't know. It was a railway. You could hear trains.
That narrows it down. Sullivan, I must insist that Mr. King gets back into bed. I'm sorry, Doctor. This is urgent business.
I shall not be responsible for the consequences.
Nobody's suggesting you will be.
With all the sedatives he's taken, there's no knowing what he may do next.
Doctor, what you just said applies whether he's under sedation or not.
Thank you.
One moment. Have you thought of anything else?
No. I remember a tunnel, steps.
And what?
Coming back. Time, I remember being important.
We posted at a public place. Corridors, steps, the sound of trains.
An underground railway station.
Old, disused. That would tie in with the murders. Are there any stations like that?
That was it. On the Central London line. 2. British Museum, which was closed when they opened Holborn. And when they opened St. Paul's, they closed... Post office.
Post office? Taylor and Bray had instructions to go to P.O. That must be it. Come on.
The entrance is in Newgate Street, just by the post office headquarters.
It's all beginning to make sense. Especially if that hotline cable is connected through the main post office.
Yes, it could be, but why? What are they after?
According to Annabelle, all Draper seems concerned about is the price of gold.
Naturally, the Americans revalue gold. Yes. Yes, of course.
What is it?
If the Americans revalue gold, those holding it would clean up.
I'm sure, but
the Americans don't revalue, and they knew a few hours in advance.
They could unload at the top price.
And still clean up.
What time is it?
2300.
You ought to have come through by now. Whatever the President decides, he's sure to inform the British government before making it public.
How much further?
Oh, not far. Shouldn't raise your hopes too high.
We're on the right track. The driver of the tube train said they stopped for signals just outside St. Paul's.
I thought you'd like to see this.
Before you kill me?
It's too late for anything else.
Especially for the passengers on the tube train.
And now you're fishing.
Of course I'm fishing. If I were to die, I'd like to know why.
It was Taylor's fault. He decided he wanted no part of it when he learned what we were doing. Escaped onto the platform here.
And there was a train there?
Yes, it had stopped at a signal, the last compartment on the station. Taylor beat on the window, the guard opened the door and let him in.
And the man following him got in too?
That's right. You can guess what happened. Taylor talked. There was no alternative but to kill them all.
It's coming through now.
This is the President's office. The President would like to speak to the Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister is here. I'm putting him on the line now.
Hello, Prime Minister.
Hello, Mr. President. Just one moment while I scramble this.
All right, they've scrambled it. Oh, do something quick. Hurry.
I can't do anything. They've got a new scrambler.
Before.
There was nothing I could do about it.
No, it's too late. All this for nothing. Nothing.
Well, I'd better get the police.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on them.
Certainly, we already have
Better keep an eye on Jason as well.
Thank you, Prime Minister. I hope that's all clear. Goodbye.